juice. Juicy juice. Okay. I gotta get back in the zone. Heidi, you have interrupted my zone, okay? Anyways, what was I doing? Okay. So I was adding pigment to the canvas so that I could manipulate it, and blend. Because that helps. Nothing interesting happening right now. Oh, nobody's watching. Nothing interesting watching right now. To watch right now. Just putting white. Putting white to make it look textured, but also just so that I can move it around when I add another layer. And just, making it more beautiful than it was. Freaking put in my booty. Anyways, I'm just going to concentrate on putting pigment. And try not to take away from anything that I've really done on the canvas. So just adding some pigment. Nothing exciting, just putting white on white. I'm a big fan of Agretzko as a character, as a Sanrio character, because she just perfectly describes everything. Just trying to live in society, but also being like really frustrated and needing an outlet. A healthy outlet. She has a healthy one, I think. Screaming and, And also the cool thing about Agretzko is you should watch it in Japanese because the voice actress for Agretzko does the screaming. But in the English version, it's a man. Crazy. So that's another thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use that brush. So yeah, Agretzko is basically when I lose it. When I become the demon. She's a really good singer, actually, for someone who's like not trained at all. So like, it's pretty crazy. Because I think that requires a lot of like vocal training. I don't know. I definitely can't scream that loud. Are you seriously coming to harass me again? This is not food. This is paint. Okay. So I need a break from processing this information in my face. Let's think of something else. Let's see. It's not like too far off from this. Obviously this was like just a thumbnail, but this is looking pretty nice. I did make his eyes bigger. I might change that, but I don't know. I haven't decided. So while that's drying, I'm just going to drink some juice. So yeah, Greta was pretty insane. And thus, I give her props because the whole society of Japan is really messed up. We can go talk about it because, I like Japan. I like the culture. Well, I don't like the culture, actually. I like the language. Their culture is kind of messed up. But, they have good things. As a whole, they're really messed up. So in Japan, several things about Japan. They're workaholics. Their workers are dying out because they're workaholics. They're committing suicide. They die from stress. They die from heart attack. And also their population is going to either die out or hopefully there's going to be a lot of mixed babies. I love mixed babies. They're so cute. So anyways, right now, well, I don't know what happened, how Corona has affected them, but people weren't having children, and I believe they still aren't having children, because nobody wants to date because it's like too complex and too awkward for people who are really socially awkward. So the government is spending like millions of dollars to have women try to make families. But what they're also doing, which didn't make sense to me when I found this out, is that they're trying to promote more women to pick up the slack of not having enough workers in the corporate world. So what they're doing is kind of like dumb because they want women to have families, but they're promoting them to work. Anyways, so Japan is suffering from high elderly population. Like their population is old. I think like 70-80% is old. And the new generation, the younger generation, they just want to focus on work because having a family is expensive in Japan. And it's not also something that was, it was promoted in the early, but it was mainly the man would go to work and his wife would stay home and take care of his kids, which would be a limit of 2 children. Sorry, I'm wiping water off my thing. So Japan is essentially going to fall apart, or maybe they already have, I don't know. But nobody wants to date. Like, it's just really like, I'm not going to say pathetic. It's what happens when you don't allow people to express themselves in a healthy manner. Instead, like the male population is really obsessed with anime girls, fictional women, and it's really just unhealthy for everyone. And kind of gross sometimes, like especially with Lolitas. I hate Lolitas, like lollies. I don't hate Lolitas. I hate lollies because there's a difference. Lollies really like upset me. Like they really trigger me, because lollies are essentially like little kids, like little girls, and like grown men are like, oh no, she's 100 years old, and it's like that's still disgusting. Like that's not healthy or good in any way. Like that's a child's body, and that's gross. But Japan is really like sick that way because they have some really weird, like sick, nasty, like stuff going on. They don't have any laws about being a pedophile. Like there's no law. Like you can go there and so these like older men are dating like 15-year-old girls, guys in their 60s, and it's like okay for them to do that. What the hell is that? And they also have this very bad like sex trade with the Yakuza. So it's like really like, that's why I don't like their whole culture. I just like the language and the art mainly. I'm not obsessed with Japan like some people are. Like Japan's amazing. No, like it's not. It's really fucked up. I mean, they have good education, but obviously the education is so strict that people end up killing themselves. Like they focus too much on being educated and being successful and being a corporate, worker than, just giving them tools to express themselves. They have cram school, which is like during the summer after you've spent hours studying, you go to school to study some more from the morning till night. And that's insane. Like who wants to do that? And it's like promoted, like it's fucking ridiculous. Like it's expected of your kid to go to cram school so they can be successful. I do like anime, but I'm very particular with particular. I don't know. With the type of anime that I watch, like it has to be like meaningful and not weird and gross. Because there's some really pedophilia, like nasty shit out there. And it's such a shame too. Like that's just, and anyone who like watches it, like I will murder. Because like there are people who like make excuses. It's like it's just an anime, and it's like, yeah, but what else are you watching without telling people? Huh? You're okay with watching an anime that involves children? So that's something that I really don't like. With like weebs, some weebs are full of excuses. Like, this is my waifu. She has a tiny little body. She's like a little kid, but she's actually 500 years old. And like, I masturbate to her. Like, I fucking hate that shit. And I would destroy that person. Really. It's disgusting. But I'm sorry I get on heavy subjects. The beautiful thing about Japan is the nature and the music and the art and also like the artisans, because there's a lot of artisans in Japan, that make things with their hands. They study that craft, even though it's dying out, unfortunately. But that's what I love about Japan, also because the language is just so beautiful to me. I sing a lot in Japanese, and I'm using the wrong brush. That is usually what I sing in. It's weird. And I actually think I sound the best in singing in Japanese. Like, I don't know why. I don't sound very good at singing in every other language. Maybe a little in French, but I'm still like practicing the enunciations, because it's really like different. But yes, I love to sing in Japanese, and I always sing the songs. Sort of know all the lyrics, kind of don't. Like, it's kind of hard. The only songs that I've memorized in Japanese is my favorite song from Deer and Gray, and I can sing that song. I love it. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. Oops. And it's part of the reason why I like my man so much, is that he talks about hard subjects too. And that's really important for me as a woman, to be represented by a man. All right, so now I'm going to lower it, and I might go quiet while I get absorbed with the craziness that I'm going to end up doing. So with this eye, it's kind of hard to see the details. Like, I really don't know his how his iris looks like. Heidi, are you seriously crying? What are you doing? You really, I swear, Heidi, she knows that I'm paying attention to something more than her, and she's crying now. Like, this dog. I've created a monster with my love. She's addicted. She's addicted. All right. So, that might be a problem. Not too bad, actually. Just putting it here, just trying to make transparency, or I can't even talk. Trying to make this a little bit more, a little less intense, so it doesn't distract from his beautiful face, his beautiful eyes. Right, I'm just going to leave it like that. I should do that too. Let me think for a second before I put the white away. Where did I put the red? Actually, no, I want a pink. This pink. Light apricot. And I don't need to. This is a skin color. Damn. Do I have the right pink? Huh? Nope. Is this dry? Yes. Right. I just got to make the color for now. So I'm going to do his waterline and his thingy-majig. Oh, God. Sometimes I feel like eating this paint. Like, it just looks so tasty. But I shouldn't. You know, I should not eat this paint. Gently. Gently. Okay. So I'm gonna move this a little bit and just attempt to make the color that's so pretty. That really brought it together. I'm not even done yet. I love eyes so much. Yeah. What? What? And I'm going to try to use up the rest of this white, so don't waste it, because that will drive me crazy. I think I'm going to paint this actually because it's really like out there. Yeah, so that's I like where this painting is going. And that definitely brought the attention back to his eyes. And I'm still missing a lot of details in his eyes. Because your eyes can reflect color, they can absorb color, and the top of your eyelid makes a shadow over your eyes, creating depth. Depth. Oh. So yeah. Japan. Oh, Japan can be racist too. Like super racist against black people. Like they love white people, but black people not as much as they used to be, but whatever. Um as things change, people's attitudes change. The more they're, uh, what's the word? The more people come into their country, like they either have to change or they can keep the same attitude, But like, you know, I don't know. I can't think. It's past my bedtime, so. Um, there's racism everywhere. America, though, like we want to pretend that it's not real, like, but it's everywhere here. This is a white male country, white cis male country. And if you're not that, you don't get any help, you don't get any success, you get nothing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Da-da-da. Have you ever looked into a orangutan's eyes? Like I have done that. Like I just stare at their eyes and I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking? Because orangutans are different than chimpanzees. Orangutans are actually really sweet. And I think they might be way more intelligent than chimpanzees. They're actually really like, their eyes are really beautiful and like gold and orange. Like it's really beautiful. I'm just going back to that when I just stared at their eyes and I was like, so beautiful. And like, even if we're aware that like they're our ancestors, like essentially, like, we still lock them up and treat them like shit. Like, we're retarded. We're stupid. Got myself. But it's okay because, like, obviously they can't talk, so that mentality is like really human. Actually, like, let's put it in a cage because it can't express itself like us. Like, ugh, so dumb, so boring, basic. Jesus. Basic. You know what I mean? Like, just why? Why? All right, so let me think. What do I want to do now? I think I just want to like zone out. Like, ooh. Uh, so just some details, more white to the jelly. This jelly might just be really like white, but it will still have the base color underneath. So it's not for nothing, the detail that I took at the time that I took. Oh, sometimes you have to step away from a painting, because if not, it gets like really blurry. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's just something. Ooh, it's raining. All right, so I'm gonna play with moon. I don't even know anymore. I'm not stuttering on purpose. You shut up. So I wrote lyrics. Ooh, I just got like this pressure in my head. All right. It said, "It would have made me crack. What would have fallen from your eye would have destroyed our love, and I would say, oh my God." And that is from the Creaky Boards, the title, "The Songs I Didn't Write." Yeah, this is too big. I have to make it smaller so it moves around. So this one caught my eye, and I was like, oh, I mean, I drew it, but I forgot what was on the other side. And it was a word, mispah. And mispah, I think, is Jewish. Or I couldn't find what the origin was. But it's a noun. It's the deep emotional bond between people, especially those separated by distance or death. I like it. Mispah. I have mispah for someone. Right? Is that how you use it? I don't know. Dry. Let's get it. Ow, your claw. Ow, okay. I have a cat on me. Don't. What are you doing, gently? All over the painting that's wet. You're so cute. Oh, I'm not a freaking climbing post. Oh. So speaking about David Bowie or drawing David Bowie, one of my favorite movies is Valerian, and he's not in it, but they use his song. Yeah, that's what you get. Are you okay? They use his song to in the beginning scene. In the beginning scene, now they're gonna fight. She gets so jealous. She cannot share me with anyone. Anyways, so um, distracted by these animals. So in the beginning scene of Valerian, oh, he moved. Basically, it's an international space station, the beginnings of an international, actually intergalactic space station where other life forms, other aliens or beings start coming to meet us humans, as a united nation. And that just like blew me away. I was like, that's so beautiful. I love that. And I hope and I pray that that's our future as a species, as a race. Um, and I don't think it won't be, it's going to take a lot of, just a lot of bullshit. People are going to be like really, really like, ooh, yeah, massage my back. People are going to be really shocked and really like annoying, but eventually I think it would just, make sense. What are you doing? Because the whole concept, like SpaceX and NASA, since they don't have any proof, like right in their face, that there's other life, they're like, maybe it exists, So they're going to go into space and try to colonize and change the atmosphere in the planets in our solar system. And we shouldn't do that because we really don't know what's out there or who that belongs to, I wouldn't do that because that's not a smart move in any way, like in any game, like coming into like a scenario where, you're leaving space, you're leaving your Earth, and then you're just going to go onto another planet and assume that there's nothing there and then modify the atmosphere so you can live there, but killing the original species that was on the planet. Which is like a mass extinction, which why would you want to do that? Because, we obviously don't want mass extinction. But if we do that, we could essentially be attacked by whatever is there. So it's not a very smart idea. But anyways, guys, they have a different brain. I don't know. Heidi, please. No, I'm tired. So that whole scene in Valerian was actually really cool how they made it. They made it a sequence of the evolution of humans. So in the first part, it's like beginning with a smaller international space station where finally we get our shit together. Like China comes in, Russia comes in, like all the countries, and then they join, and then it's like a process of slowly seeing different life forms and then eventually just expanding into like, we're not the only ones here, obviously, so we gotta get our shit together. So I really love that scene, and I love that movie. Like I really liked it. I like that Rihanna was in it. I'm just trying to adjust because sitting down is not healthy. Okay. So yes, that was one of my favorite movies. I love watching it. I've seen it like 3 times. And just like, why wouldn't you want that? Like why wouldn't we want to be intergalactic or whatever? That's more fun. People play games all the time, like about that. They watch shows about it. but then they're like, you know, I think it's possible, highly likely, unless we really just eliminate ourselves, which would suck. I mean, I would be sad, but nothing you can do. I probably, as we're reaching mass extinction, I'd be like, you guys are just fucking idiots, and I think you just deserve it at this point. Not to be mean, but I mean, like, I'm dying too because of somebody's bullshit. So I just be like, yeah, we deserve it, you know. Bye. Um, just do that. uh, but yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Now, the only thing that I'm concerned about is, the whole concept, like, who's going to police who, and I think that's just stupid. I mean, Americans should definitely be policed. Yeah, like, but yeah, cool concept, cool movie. I rather believe, because the proof is, like, presented to us, like, it's presented to us. I think people just want, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what they want. For them to believe, like, it's in a higher intelligence, like, what do they want? Like, it's obvious, like, it's so obvious to me, especially, like, the ocean, like, the things in the ocean, you know are crazy. Just I don't know what they need to believe, that there's more to us. There's more than just humans. Like, it's not, we're not the center of the universe. I rather it not be, because people are stupid. They're really dumb. Like, and if our stupidity is what makes the world go round, then uh, and also, like, it's more fun when there's other intelligent life, capable of making you question reality, like, and also question your intelligence. It's more like a game, you know. I see it as a game. So it's like, I think it's going to be fun. There are things out there that could probably kill us. I mean, that is also a concern. But if they're really intelligent and really advanced, I think it's going to be less likely, unless they perceive us as a threat to other species, other things, and they analyze that, and they calculate that we are basically like a plague, a parasite that is going to consume everything that we touch. So that would be something of high possibility. And then at that point, I'd just be like, yeah, just kill us all, because it's more about the benefit in the long run than saving people. And I'm not saying that to be brutal. I'm saying that to it's it's actually something that humans do. They always bring it up, like, we had to kill innocent Japanese people because the threat was too much. So that's karma. But if something is really intelligent and really sentient, I think they're more leaning towards the evolution of everyone, you know, because we all come from the same thing, the same source. So they probably realize like, oh, we are all part of the same thing. Some people are slower than others. I don't think they interfere though, because you can't teach somebody how to be intelligent and conscious. Like, it's something that they have to discover. And the thing with acceleration, um, that is possible, but not everyone's going to be able to do that. Because, people are kind of backwards. And it's not anything bad if the people can't evolve, if they can't change with things that are really important, like the atmosphere, the environment, and also the possibility of new intelligent species arriving. They're going to die out naturally. Like, it's not a big deal. So it's very cool. And that way I don't feel sad, because it's a natural death. It's not like a murder or anything. It's just natural. Survival of the fittest. Not really the fittest. Survival of the ones that evolve. Right? You don't have to be fit to evolve. But yeah, it's something that's just really like interesting to me. I like space, and I also like other creatures from space. I'm sure somebody who watches it would be like, "What is this girl talking about?" I know what I'm talking about. Crap. So as I talk about aliens, I'm gonna try to draw a bubble with gouache. I have never done it with gouache. I mean, come on, like, think of the probability. If you want to bring up math, which I'm terrible at, but I still understand basic concepts, that the freaking universe is accelerated and it's expanding at an enormous rate. So it's expanding, 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 and things are beyond our vision, our reach. So impossible and improbable that there isn't any life accelerating with the acceleration of the universe, like another big bang. But no, we want to be like, we're the only ones. So frustrating. Just so irritating and so ignorant. I'm sure when the time comes, people are going to shit themselves and I'm going to laugh. I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to laugh my ass off. And also, I think that if America doesn't get policed and they calm their shit, they're probably gonna. We're probably gonna get. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be involved because like, I'm gonna be somewhere else. But I think people are gonna get fucked up. Because it's very aggressive and militarized response when it comes to something that they don't understand in any way. Kill it before it kills us. And you don't want to point a gun or anything that's a weapon or looks like a weapon at a species that is more advanced in technology. Like, it doesn't work. I mean, there's movies about it. So, but hey, like, what do I know? I'm not in the military, and I would never point a gun at anything, honestly. I don't like guns at all. I hate them. And people always bring up, but what if you need to protect yourself? I'd be like, well, I'm going to beat somebody up with my fists or my knife. Okay? Like, I don't have to eliminate someone completely. I just have to cut them and hurt them and disable them. But the whole concept is my life is so much more important than the person in front of me. And it's okay to murder someone and eliminate their existence. Like, it's not at all. And I've had dreams about that. Like, it's really crazy. Like, even in my dreams, I actively participate in that belief. And you can do anything in your dreams, right? You can do the worst shit in your dreams. But in my dream, I don't kill people. Even if they try to kill me. Like, it's just crazy. Not saying that I wouldn't defend myself. There's just better ways, to disable someone. Hand to hand, throwing knives, katanas. Like, imagine that, like, just seeing someone take out like a throwing knife. Just talent. Anyways, I'm not a violent person, I swear. So yeah, the whole concept that like we're the only ones is just ignorance. Ignorance and like ego at like the highest, like, and that's one thing that's gonna bite these people that pretend that there's no consequences to anything that they do. Like, they believe that they're essentially God. Like, no one's gonna punish us. Like, we can do whatever we want. Oh baby, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the karma that is being accumulated as we speak. Because they were given the opportunity to change, right? They had an opportunity to change during the Black Lives Matter movement, during the pandemic when it first started, and they refused, and, that's going to have consequences for them. Extreme consequences. Because it's all broadcasted out there. Like, it's on the television, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. So there's no hiding anymore. There's no manipulation of the fact that these people are really corrupt. It's just people who want to like suck their dick, that believe that they're doing good for America. Like, that's just ignorance and brainwashing. It's really just brainwashing and fear together with brainwashing and ignorance. is the worst combination. But hey, I'm just gonna watch as everything burns and changes and evolves in a way that I probably won't expect. But that is the beauty of everything, of evolution. Because you can predict, you can try to crunch the numbers with math and probability and above it, but you don't know. There's just too many factors, like too many factors. Too many factors. So yeah, aliens. I love aliens. You know, not the well, the movie's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, I enjoyed it a little bit. I should watch it again because now I have like a different perception of everything. So I want to see like how I perceive it now. Because it's scary because it's running on the fear of extinction, like like I mentioned. So people are always like, yes, kill the aliens. But it's different. Let me show you my bubbles. They're not complete yet, but I think they look freaking badass. My fucking bubbles. It's just curious to see what. Yeah, me watching movies, I'm very like vocal about what's going on. So it's kind of like a show for everyone involved. um Heidi, go to sleep. Go to sleep without me. Just take a nap. Go somewhere. She wants to sleep with me, that's why. We sleep together. My cutie. My cutie patootie. So, this is gonna be a little tricky. Hey. So yeah, aliens, the whole concept. I'm about it. I love Men in Black. I love that. You know, that is something that I really enjoyed to watch. Just because it's more like a universal kind of acceptance that hey, like they exist. We're keeping a secret, but like we know not to attack and murder something that we don't understand or you know all right, I think we're good. I'm about to pass out actually. I'm gonna put more away and then I'm just gonna go to sleep. And who's to say like in our past, in our history, that we weren't visited by creatures from outer space? There was no technology there, so there wasn't people like watching everything. There was like lots of empty spaces. So they could just do that. They could just come in and mess around. All right, Heidi, I'm almost done. Just give me a second. Okay. All right, know you're sleepy. I'm sleepy too. So my bubbles aren't done yet, but I'm sleepy. But that's basically it. Aliens. All right, thanks for watching. I don't know if what's tomorrow. Oh yeah, I can do it tomorrow. Yeah. Sleepy.